In this video, we'll set up the pickable objects from our game. As we see in the first video, the goal of the game is to pick up 3 key cards. Once we get these cards, a door gets open, you leave, and the level is over. So I'm going to start by going to the browser, and I'm going to look for card. And there is that's the one. I'm going to import it into my game, and once it shows up, there it is. I'm going to, let's move it close to my player so I can have a sense of the size. Okay. I'm going to move it up a little bit. Yeah, let's definitely increase the size. I think like this is okay. Let's rotate it a little bit so we can have, yeah, I think that's good. And I'm going to set up the object first. So I'm going to add a box collider to it. This box collider is going to be a trigger, and the size, I think that's okay. And one thing I want to do is I want to add an animation to the object to have it rotate in my scene, just so the player can better see it in the world. So I'm going to first of all create a folder called animations. I'm going to, well, let's adjust the position of the card first. Something like this, I think. Yeah, I think that's okay. No, actually, let's rotate it. Sometimes I feel like I waste too much time on these things, but you know, part of the process, something like that. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so now I'm gonna open up the animation window, and let's just dock it down here. And here I have a button to begin animation, graphics card, create an animator, and an animation clip. So I'm going to click on create, and I'm going to create a new animation card, rotating. Oops, I think I had a typo there. Rotation, rotating. Okay, back to animation. So card rotating now. I'm going to add a property to it, and I want to rotate the y-axis. Is it the y-axis? Yep, the y-axis. So let's start on keyframe 0. I want the rotation to be 0. And on the last keyframe, I want it to be 360, like this. Let's play the animation, see how it looks. Okay, I just need now to straighten up the curve because I don't want it to accelerate and accelerate. I just want it to be one straight line. So I right click on first keyframe, set both tangents to linear, same thing on the other side, and now you have a very, very nice and smooth card animation. Fantastic. Cool. So our card have a box collider, which should be a little bit bigger actually, on the x-axis, okay, and a little bit thinner actually. Okay, that's good enough. So we have the animation, we have the box collider. Now we just need to add the logic to it. So I'm going to go back to my scripts folder, and I'm going to create a C# script called card pickup controller. I don't know why I always like to put controller in the end of my class names. But anyway. So this will be very simple at first because we still need to set up our UI and our game logic. So over here, the only thing I'm going to do is have a onTriggerEnter function. And I'm going to check if the other game object tag is player. That means that the object that collider with my card is a player. If that's so, for now, I'm just going to add a debug message saying card pickup, and I'm going to destroy, actually not destroy, let's just set active to false. Okay, back to Unity, to our graphics card, and we're going to add this script, card pickup controller, and let's give it a try and see how it goes. There's our card, it's animated, I have my character, and if I move in, it is not colliding. So let's see what's going on here. So the problem seems to be that our child game objects of my player are not tagged as player. Now, the capsule collider was on the body game object and it was tagged as player. It is now. Let's save this change to the prefab. Let's press play and let's see if it works now. There's our card. I walk over it and now it worked. I picked it up and on the console I have card to pick up. Great. So we have our object is being picked up, and now we'll start to set up our UI.